The purpose of the Global CFO Council is to provide an educational and networking forum for senior financial executives in order to share best practices, discuss current financial issues, and to learn about current topics related to the performance of their jobs.
Good morning, Joseph. How are you doing, sir?
I am doing fantastic. How are you, Robert?
I'm doing great. And this is our second take, so it's going to be even better because after my long speech about turning off phones and noisemakers, my phone went off. So Joseph is being very generous in letting me do this again. Good morning.
Hello there, people.
Joseph is the CFO at Berkshire Systems Group in Reading, Pennsylvania. Is that correct, sir?
That is correct.
And before that, I noticed with a little bit of research that you are, you got some senior financial executive experience in tech, automotive, trucking, among other things. And I think you started your career off at a CPA firm. Is that correct, sir?
That is correct.
An undergraduate in accounting from Penn State. Is that correct, sir?
We are.
Penn State?
You are correct.
And if my stalking is correct, I think you like to play golf, which is easy because you have a picture of Tiger Woods behind you.
Oh,
And
you can see that.
you like skiing, but I don't know if it's ice skiing or water skiing. And you like to bicycle.
I do.
And
I do.
go to hockey games with your son and take a lot of pictures.
I do take a lot of pictures. I follow my son around. He plays Tier 1 hockey for the Valley Forge Minutemen. He is tracking incredibly, and we just love supporting his endeavors. I've never been a hockey player. When he picked it up, he's 13 now. When he picked it up when he was 5, I thought, oh, this is cool. You know, he's skating, and he was advancing, and I was like, you know what? I'll learn how to skate. I'll play men's league. Yeah, I played men's league 1 year, and it's like, I'm too old for this. I'll stick to the golf course at this time. I'm going to get hurt. So.
Yeah, that looks serious. I mean, that's balance. That's conditioning. That's aerobic. It's also got to have upper body strength. Yeah, I don't think if I was going to pick something up, I don't think it would be hockey.
I gave it a try. I'm one of those guys. I love buying things. I love gadgets. I love that next sport. And it hooked me. I just didn't fall in love with it myself playing it.
Well, Joseph, let's get into question number 1. What is your favorite business book and why?
Business books. We'll tell you what, instead of business books, let's talk about an author. I love Patrick Lenciani. 2 of the books that come to mind, The 3 Signs of a Miserable Job and The Advantage. I'm a organization guy. I love studying people. I love studying the interactions between those people in the different departments. I love seeing what makes a person tick. And I think Patrick really goes into that with all of his books.
He has come up several times, and I think also, man, he's got to be a prolific writer. He's got to have 10, 15 books, so you can't go wrong. I've read a few of them. 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, I think, is one of his books, and loved them all. Great recommendation.
And it's really, we talk about, the specifics of different regs, what's coming out, what's going on with PPP. But, do we really understand our employees? Are our employees engaged? That's what really makes us successful. And, I cannot say enough about the teams, the employees. Yes, we have some good, we have some bad. The biggest thing I picked up over the years is a person unable or are they unwilling? Because you have 2 different scenarios there. So I could speak on this all day. I love it. If anyone wants to call and chat, I would be happy to entertain any conversations regarding organization and employee makeup. So,
what about the best advice that you have ever received?
Let's see. I'm going to give you two again. They're opposite ends of the spectrum. I spent 14 years in the auto industry. Uh, I was plucked from Penske Truck Leasing, which, in this area, Penske is that model. They have it going on. I mean, how can you doubt Roger Penske? Racing, auto groups, leasing, transportation, logistics. I was plucked out of Penske Truck Leasing after 3 years by a local auto dealer that was being turned over from the father to the son, second generation, and he was looking to grow this thing. And I was on board. I was probably 28 at the time, and I'm like, I'm ready to go. The big shots at Penske are going, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Are you absolutely nuts doing this? I had that gut feeling, and I went with it. But long story short, back to your question, in a meeting that I got hyped up on, senior management, I spoke. I didn't speak out of turn, but I was speaking with passion, as you could see. And the CEO pulls me out of the room after the meeting, and it was a coaching moment, teaching moment. I was still young. And he says to me, he goes, listen, he goes, there's one thing I always go by, and there's always questions I ask. And some of these questions should never be answered. And the advice he gave me was the one that speaks first loses. So whether at a round table or in negotiations, they say you should always listen twice as much as you speak. And this really has caught my attention through the years. So in those high-level meetings, I bite my tongue, I sit back, and I sit back and I just wait for that person to spew whatever they're going to spew. And it's sort of that little notch that, yeah, I went through that. I know what's going on. The other one was from my father. My father passed away a year and a half ago. Such a kind man, always led by example, never yelled. And he always taught me to be kind to everybody, no matter race, religion, economic status, even the heat of the battle. You can get accomplished whatever you need to get accomplished by being kind. So even though I have that full passion, I still want to treat everybody with respect. So those
Amen.
are the two best pieces of advice ever given.
Ooh, bringing it strong. 2 questions, twofers for each question.
We're gonna be here an hour. Hopefully we don't lose anybody as we go through.
Question number 3, I got high expectations, is what is a tool that you've recently started using or a habit that you've recently picked up that you have found beneficial?
Tell you what, I've always hated reading. Even though I enjoy good books here and there, I just struggle. I don't know if it's the way my mind's made up. Do I think too fast and in one area, but my brain can't catch up with the words? But anyway, I get bored reading. So one thing I really grasped to over the past year are podcasts. And there's 2 podcasts that I listen to on a daily basis. As I do my work, I'll put one of my AirPods in, cranking through my busy work, and listen to them. One is 10% Happier by Dan Harris. He is an ABC affiliate out of New York. And he goes through everything from meditation to rationalizations to what's going on in the world by just centering yourself. The other one is called The Drive by Dr. Peter Attia. And that all has to do about wellness and health. As you saw, cycling, running, I was an avid athlete through the years. Now that I'm 52 next month and a 13-year-old, I don't have all the time in the world to do that extensive training. Now I'm just trying to keep a 34-inch waistline. That's my goal right now. So I enjoy those two podcasts, and there's a ton more out there that I'll browse here and there, but podcasts are the way to go with a tight schedule.
What about your favorite part of your current job?
The favorite part of my current job is being able to work cross departments. If anybody can tell right now, I'm just not that back office guy that loves to crank out a financial or analyze a cash flow statement. I love being involved. I love having purpose and just the overall sense of contributing. The culture here that we've created is like none other. It's crazy good. It's more or less like self-policing here, that the different levels from management down to the employees look after each other. This goes even to the extent of how our sales commissions are paid in the sales department. I'm going to let this out, and everybody's going to be like, oh my God, are you crazy? Our sales team is paid each month on a combined pool of money. So they're not paid as individuals, they're paid on the team. And we have a long-standing tenure with our sales team that if any one of them starts dipping, other salespeople will help them out or say, what are you doing? I don't see you putting in the work. Unbelievable. I've never seen it work anywhere else. And I was not a fan of it when I first came here, but it made me a believer. Now, it's not for everyone or every company, but it does work here.
That's cool. It's kind of like you guys are a tribe, and you've got your that is something that would be hard to replicate, but it is really cool that it works at your company.
Right, and I think it's tough that if a company isn't doing it and tries to do it, it would be tough to pull back too. You would have some interruption there.
Yeah, I think you've got to have started that way, and then have these long-standing leaders in that area that set the bar. And you to get in that tribe, you got to be pretty awesome, and you just know you got to bring it. You might have an off season, and that's okay, but you better be right back, or you're going to get kicked out the tribe.
Correct.
Very cool. All right. What about something personal that you wouldn't mind sharing about yourself with the CFO Council members?
Let's see. I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. Probably like a lot of us out there. Again, let me think here. Well, one thing I'm known as here, even though I seem like a gentleman, I would hope, and very outgoing, I am known as CFO No. Because I tend to rubber stamp some really outrageous spending here that even our president wants to do. And I'm like, are you kidding me? But yeah, I tend to be conservative and look out really for the best interest of our company when it comes to that. Yeah, I want to protect our assets. We have such a good thing going here that we really want to drive longevity. Second generation owner, and we want to keep the faith. So
that's awesome. It's hard for second generation companies to continue to survive. So to be doing it, it's a business is a baby. And I think it's nice to have somebody on the team like an accountant to be really cautious and conservative and really care. You want to show the baby off to people, but you also it's very precious. You got to treat it like it's very precious. And I don't trust an accountant that's not conservative, right?
Exactly.
I've been to conferences before and somebody starts talking about Bitcoin, and I just want to stand up. Anyone in this room has any Bitcoin, I'm kicking you out, right? Like, I don't need to hear the rest. I mean, cryptocurrency theoretically is interesting, And blockchain as a technology, of course, is fascinating. But actually purchasing a digital fiat currency as an accountant, I don't trust you.
It just doesn't register.
No.
But tell you what, if you want to invest in ammunition right now, because that is going through the roof.
You don't even have to be into guns. Just
buy the ammo and stockpile it.
As an asset class. Yeah. So if you don't know what we're talking about, listeners, that the people who are into hunting or into target shooting, if you just went to go pick up some ammo to go do some target shooting with your kids, or go do some some hunting and provide some food with your family, and you just want to show up and get some ammo, good luck. It's really hard to pick up ammo, and it's there's a supply and demand issue, and prices are going up
through the roof. For our fans out there, let's say 9mm was going for 30 to 35 cents a shell a year ago. You're seeing it, if you can get it, at 90 cents a shell plus. So that's a pretty good return on your investment if you had it.
You heard it here, folks. Last question. Question number 6. It happened so fast. Joseph, what is something that I should have asked you that I didn't, and what is your answer to that?
Oh, let's see. What will you do in retirement?
Ooh, I like it. I like it. Good one. What will you do in retirement, Joseph?
What will you do in retirement? And I just thought of that too. I really didn't think about that one. What will I do in retirement? Tell you what. My parents always swayed me away from sales, and I love people. I'm going to sell something someday. You heard it right here.
You got the hair. I always say that I would be in sales, but I just don't have the hair.
You don't have the hair?
You got it. You could pull it off, right?
I'll sell something. I just don't know what it is yet, but it'll be out there. It'll be fun. I'm going to sell fun.
Yeah, you could sell. You sell athletic equipment, or you could sell real estate, which is really you're selling a dream.
Absolutely.
Especially if you live somewhere fun, you could sell fun dreams like the beach dream, the mountain dream, the skiing dream, the farmer dream. You could be a dream salesman.
Tell you what, Robert, I think you and I could partner up and do something really good in the next few years.
You heard it here, folks. Joseph brought it strong, and I saw a theme. You are an outgoing bean counter.
I am.
There's a few of us at the top of the mountain, and I put you into the top level. Joseph, I loved it. This was great. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it very much.
My pleasure, and I look forward to the things to come with the Global CFO Council.
Have a great day.
All righty. Thank you, Robert.